Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the video. I'm GetGoodGuy, and this is Battlefield 1, and some people call it the ultimate sniping experience. I've seen the idea thrown around a lot, and also the sentiment that it's a better sniping experience than Battlefield 5, which is relevant due to that being the current Battlefield title, of course. And that made me curious. So I tried it, without really having the intention of making a video about it. But the more I played, the more ideas I had, and so here I am. I'm just going to run through some bullet points I've written down while playing, and I'll just reel off my thoughts about them here. You can leave your feelings in the comments below, and let's just chill out whilst talking about all things sniping. I'd really like to know what your ultimate sniping experience is. It doesn't have to be Battlefield, of course. It can be as varied as you like. I'd like to hear it. So I used to be, I think, a pretty decent sniper on Battlefield 1. At least for, console sniping. Obviously, it's not going to look as flashy as PC, but I was good enough that that's where a large chunk of my Battlefield 1 subscriber base came from. So most of this footage, if not all of it, depending on how long I talk for, I haven't really planned it, is from less than a 2-hour session of me humping back, did I say humping back? Of me jumping back onto the game cold to see if I could still do it. I'm just going to carry on. And the answer is not really. I can still snipe, I think, but nowhere near as well as I could before, which isn't exactly strange, I guess. It's been a very long time. And that's where I'm going to start this discussion today, as it shows that sniping in BF1 isn't exactly the easy mode that many describe it as. It may well be easier than some of the games, but I wouldn't say it's exactly easy. The very premise that I'm nowhere near as good at it now as I used to be shows that there's definitely a skill curve, and I will always maintain that a lot of other guns are easier to use. They're more forgiving than a sniper rifle, even if a sniper can kill in one shot. And I think that's where the instant disagreement between the two opposing parties kind of begins. For some, it's the ultimate experience because sniping feels much more viable to them in this game than in, say, Battlefield 5. And to others, it's absolutely not, because they find it to be less challenging. They gain more satisfaction out of picking up kills in a game such as Battlefield 5, where headshots are required much more often and the other weapons in the game kill so much more quickly by comparison. I think the way I'd put it is if you're an exceptional sniper in Battlefield 1, then you're a really great sniper. And if you're an exceptional sniper in Battlefield 5, then you're a bit of a god, I guess. And there are some fantastic snipers on Battlefield 5 for sure. The obvious names always pop up: Stod, Fabian, Maxig, etc. You know the drill, the usual people. But they're fantastic because they can make it work against the odds. That's the point. I don't think bolt-action rifles are particularly worthwhile in Battlefield 5 from a sheer efficiency standpoint. And while I don't think they're exactly top tier in Battlefield 1, they're certainly much higher placed. Now, whilst PC versus console does come into this, because to be frank, requiring a player to consistently hit bolt-action headshots with thumbsticks is pretty much a pipe dream, I guess I'd say, for more than 99% of players, it's still not easy on PC, of course. And the sweet spot in Battlefield 1 negates a lot of those problems. This mechanic allows bolt-action rifles to one-shot kill to the chest, depending upon range, and you'll have seen in this video that I take full advantage of that. I never really understand the complaint of, oh, you get so many body shots. Well, yeah, but I mean, did I get the kill? If so, then I call that a success. Why make it harder than it needs to be, unless you just specifically want to be flashy, of course. But it does require a lot less precision, which I guess brings us full circle. BF5 is harder for snipers, and that is probably far more satisfying for purists. Oh, and I mean, of course, the spotting system also helps to require targets in Battlefield 1, but that's a bit more of a side issue. But let's not get caught up in another BF1 versus BF5 comparison. After all, I am currently trying to diversify this channel, and it's not as if sniping only exists in these two games. Perhaps you enjoy the sniping in CSGO, or Sniper Elite, Hitman, Call of Duty, whatever it is. All of these games and many more have snipers or sniper-esque weapons, and yet provide very, very different experiences with them. Now, me personally, my greatest sniping experience is still by far in Destiny 1. I just adore it. I put so many hours into honing my sniping craft on Destiny. It was essentially addictive to me for a while. The most effective way to play was generally with a shotgun as your secondary weapon, but I so loved what sniping could bring to the table, how satisfying it was, and how it could counter the shotgun meta if you played accordingly. I honestly hope I feel like that again about sniping one day. Perhaps in Destiny 3, who knows? Destiny 1 just felt different. Much like how sniping in Battlefield 5 feels different to me than in Battlefield 1. I just don't connect with it. It feels off. I can't honestly explain why, it's just not what I'm looking for, and there's this very uncomfortable feeling whilst doing it. BF5 sniping just doesn't feel right to me. And so I understand why some people claim that BF1 is the ultimate sniping experience. It's viable for many players, it feels pretty good to pick up kills in BF1, there are so many available weapons that you can do it with, and they all feel, quite different, and you can go about it within these beautiful environments and with a genuine war feeling. And yet I've listed why others don't feel that way, why they may prefer something else, and even why my ultimate sniping experience is from a game entirely different to this one. And so, fill in the blanks with your words, discuss it in the comments, share your awesome sniping moments. Let's make this a feel-good video about sniping. And I know this is a much shorter piece of content for me today than many of you are used to. I didn't really have a full concept for it, I just wanted to get the idea out there and have a chat really. So I hope you enjoyed. I'll have a full long-form video for you within a day or two, so watch out for that. And if you did enjoy this today, a like would be awesome for me. Subscribe and turn on notifications to see more, and please feel free to join my Discord server in the description and my pinned comment to get involved with this community. Here's the Board of Awesome for the epic people who support the channel on Patreon. They're all absolute heroes and I love them all deeply and of course often. If you want to join them on the Board of Awesome, the link to the Patreon page is in the description and my pinned comment. And with that all said, I'm GetGoodGuy and I'll see you next time. Laters.